going on, guys? This is Innie coming from Holy Kinetics. This is how I survived 3 days at EDC as a bodybuilder. Let's dive into it. Like my little owl. Here's one of the little trinkets you can buy there. It's gonna come a new sip cup. They're my little talking heads here. Shit in fucking neon pink, boy. You see that shit? Fucking wild. Dragon fruit. One of the big things that I actually utilize. Fruit. Make sure you're getting your fruits and vitamins, especially if you're in any type of bodybuilding goals or aspirations and you're gonna be in the party scene or in the rave scene. There's actually a lot of influencers that are actually within both sectors of these scenes. So you're actually not alone in this regard. Make sure you get your vitamins. Yo, where the fuck is my pen? Oh, there it is. All right, sit down. Let's talk with Zinni, the coach. So, as some of you may or may not know, I do smoke the za. One of the big factors that I actually did utilize to help me to recover during my EDC extravaganza. Mind you, this was my first EDC. I've been in the rave scene for quite some time. I've been in the rave scene since about high school. I'm 27 now. So I'm pretty used to festivals, but I'm pretty used to raves, I should say. This was my first ever festival that I attended, which was EDC Las Vegas 2023. Pretty fucking killer experience, if I'm not gonna lie. A whole lot to take in, a whole lot to deal with. We're gonna dive into that in minute details, but the main focus of this is really gonna be tied into how did I go 3 days partying at a festival, barely any recovery time, barely any type of significant drains, no crashes. Only symptoms that I really dealt with, had a slight cough, mitigated pretty fast. Allergies, completely fucked. But due to low humidity, not necessarily the event itself. Beyond that, pretty good recovery. And on top of that, once I touched back in Hawaii, after leaving, take a flight again to Georgia to go see my other half and my baby girl. So from there, came back to Hawaii a few days later, still fine. So that's not one, but that's 2 flights. We're gonna let the main focus of this video be just the EDC portion of this. So we're gonna break down into what my vitamin stack was, what I was taking, what I was doing, and I'm gonna go into full detail of everything that was partaken in my experience there. Like I said, this is an open and an unbiased platform. We're gonna keep everything open and keep everything conscious to what's gonna be going on. I fucking love this thing. So, with shades on. So, first things first, let's talk about my experience about EDC. EDC was fucking amazing. It was fucking amazing, man. It was a whole lot to take in, like how I said. My food for thought, do go to first day sober, if you can. Try your best to go sober, on the first day at the very least. Reason being is this. You want to give yourself time to actually see and enjoy the event, okay? There's a lot to do. Rides, just a bunch of little lounges and shit. You can go try a bunch of different food. There's actually very decent food options out there. Yes, it's kind of expensive, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But nonetheless, very good options. So, as far as what I would consider things to sustain yourself while you're out, having a good time, partying, all that other shit, you have no excuses to why you should be suffering and or in bad shape while you enjoy yourself during these 3 days. So let's keep that in mind as well. So during this time, I'm still natural at the moment. We are still on the road to the bulk, all right? Bulking to 250, that's been the goal for this year or so. I did initially try to go on a mini cut before EDC. That didn't work out necessarily just because of stress in my life. and I kind of put that focus on the back burner. And I was only really gonna do it just so I can, you know, look good aesthetically when I go out there and, you know, I'm having a good time. So when it got to the point when I was just like, F it already, I just continued to bulk. I really didn't do nothing crazy as far as like changes towards it. I just allowed myself to really eat how I normally would eat on my bulk. Calorie intake is gonna be anywhere from 25 to 2,700 calories roughly a day. Give or take a couple of hundred calories if I eat carbs later in the day or earlier in the day. So that's been consistent for quite some time now, give or take pretty much this year. So about a little less than 5 to 6 months. So preparing for this trip, I just decided, I just was like, okay, I'm just gonna continue to bulk, dude. Or if anything, I'm just gonna use this time while I'm out there in Vegas, because we took the time from the 18th to the 24th. Okay, so I live in Hawaii. So keep in mind, time difference, everything. From the 18th to the 24th was the time that I actually resided in Vegas. You can check out some of these clips here. I got some clips of us driving and shit. There's also some clips of some of the places we done checked out. Fucking went to Area 51, the whole nine. Shit was fucking crazy. But nonetheless, great time. So in that regard, I knew that because I was gonna be going to these events, I more than likely was not gonna be eating as much, but I still wanted to be able to sustain myself. So one of the big things that I always pack with me, if I'm gonna be going on a trip like this, gotta have my protein, okay? Because you don't necessarily know when you're gonna be able to eat, especially if you're gonna be staying at like a hotel or you're staying at a camp. In our regard, we stayed at an Airbnb. I am not staying at no camp and no festival. Sorry about it. It may sound cool, it's not cool at all. So I stayed at a comfortable Airbnb that was about 30 minutes away. Mind you, yes, that's a 2 or 3 hour drive to the event. Minor. Rather be comfortable chilling at an Airbnb than in a camp, hot as fuck, in the middle of the day, wanting the music to stop. It's neither here nor there. Nonetheless, so boom, we touched down in Vegas. We touched down the night before. So before I even hopped on this flight, the day of, I'm already prepping already. So I got my vitamin stack right here. We're gonna dive into that as well and show what I was taking all days. And this is the same vitamin stack that I took every day. Same stack every day, okay? That's it. I didn't take nothing else. So you need to take this into consideration, especially because if you wanna maintain your goals and maintain your gains and still be able to party, there's a way to do it. Okay, now granted, yes, you're still putting harm onto your body. You're still draining, okay? Especially if you're gonna be introducing other different substances into the body. You're taking this responsibility upon yourself. So in that regard, I say that to say this. We don't wanna have another Z's situation, okay? We don't wanna see another Z's goes away. We wanna keep everybody here. It's about harm mitigation. So let's party responsibly and let's do this right. Dragon fruit, bro. Can't beat it. This little mix right here, I'll show you what this little mix is right here. Super simple, okay? Dragon fruit. This one in specific is just dragon fruit, a little bit of protein powder, straight vanilla, and I actually put a little bit of some rain in here because I needed a little bit of caffeine. I was a little tired, so, and I haven't had any caffeine yet today. And it's fucking, what time is it? It's fucking, it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. This is my first hit of caffeine in the day. I've been trying to cut back, so this is actually very, very good for me. And this is only a sip, so this should do me right, at least for this video, and get things done. Nonetheless, this shit's fucking delicious, bro. Another good one that I like doing, dragon fruit, strawberry, vanilla powder, a little bit of greens, greens powder, blend that together in a little, little NutriBullet or in your little blender or whatever, little Vitamix, sip that. You talking about ice cream, bro. Ice cream. Super sweet. I usually double scoop all of my protein smoothies anyway, so it's pretty thick, and that's 50 grams of protein down the hatch. Real easy. It's another tidbit right there. Nonetheless, let's get into the stack now. So this is all the things that I was taking. Some of these things are gonna be more applicable just for me. Oh shit. Oh, fucking, I didn't realize, fucking, you gotta show the merch a little bit, right? I got a couple tees, you know what I mean? A couple fucking pump covers. See that? Yes, we rocking a 2X here. Looking 2X, looking like a tank in this. Feeling like Dorian Yates. Came through in UFC wearing this freaking, people weren't ready for it. Nonetheless, let's get into the stack. So, as I said before, there's certain things in this stack that are gonna be just applicable for me, and I'm gonna make note of that as well, okay? But I just wanted to be completely transparent in everything that I was doing, so this can be mindful of. Now, granted, yes, so this is a 3-day festival. Let's start with substances, okay? Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. We'll make sure that we include a disclaimer, okay? Like I said, this is unbiased, it's completely transparent. So, as far as substances, we did partake, of course, like how I said, I do smoke the Za. So the Za is more so to help. I smoke Za consistently, you know what I mean? I'm a stoner. And for me, it's helpful for my inflammation. It's helpful, you know, as far as just, you know, cognitive function. This isn't the case for everybody, okay? And there's a lot of research that shows that marijuana can either be both a benefit or a detriment to things like hormonal levels, attitude, both just focus overall. There's a lot of things that, you know, it doesn't necessarily work for everybody, okay? So I don't recommend the use of marijuana for everyone. This is something that you have to figure that out for yourself, whether it's something that's a tool that you can utilize or not. I know with me, I utilize it greatly, okay? So nonetheless, smoking Za throughout the whole thing. We did make a trick or trip to the cookie store. That was pretty dope in itself. Got a couple things over there, a couple pre-rolls. One of my pre-rolls fucking exploded on me. What? Like, dude, I like legitimately exploded. I freaking went to try to light the joint, boom. Like, no joke, I am not kidding you. All I did was try to take an inhale and the whole thing just bursted. I'm like, bro, what was it, full of seeds? You know what I mean? I'm freaking bought that from cookies. Nonetheless, the rest of the shit was freaking fire. So that was cool. Was I smoking throughout the whole thing? Yes, I was smoking throughout the whole thing. I was smoking concentrate throughout all 3 days of the event. That was like kind of like my little, you know, my little vibe or whatever. Was I drinking? Yes, I was. Did partake in a couple of drinks throughout the day, or I guess throughout the evening. Throughout the day, we was more so at the crib, just kind of chilling, recovering. We didn't really make it to the event until in the later evening. So, you know, keep that in mind as well. Beyond that, that's pretty much it. As far as party substances, please, and this is just a disclaimer, like I said before, we don't want another disease situation in the community. We've seen enough of that. We have enough people dying in the fitness industry, okay? So I say that to say this, guys, please just be careful. You know, be careful, take care of yourself. It's always focus on harm mitigation, okay? Harm mitigation, that's what this is the main focus on. The main focus of this whole entire video. Yes, a bodybuilder can't survive EDC, but it takes precaution. It takes focus. It takes you coming to the event with intent. You can't be willy-nilly and just doing whatever, okay? And that's the responsibility that you take upon yourself if you told yourself you're gonna stay disciplined and be committed to this type of lifestyle anyway, okay? Just a little disclaimer to get that out of the way. Now, let's get into the good stuff, the vitamin stack. Now, mind you, like I said, completely natural, no steroids, no PEDs at this very time. We're still on the road to 250, bumping it the natural way. I haven't checked my weight in a couple of days, so I will come back with those type of numbers for you so I can be able to give you a full retrospective gauge of if I lost weight. I do feel like I did lose weight throughout the first, maybe the second day of the event. So, you know, keep that in mind. So boom, you got the Sigma testosterone booster. That's from Gorilla Mode. You know, I am taking that for this month. I do cycle on and off with that testosterone booster. Now, yes, I do understand, and we can go into my old videos and you can check this material out as well. I know that testosterone boosters don't necessarily boost testosterone. I've said that already, yes. But things like testosterone boosters, at least if they are a quality one with certain ingredients inside, things like ashwagandha, things like maca, they actually can lower SHBG within the body. And what did we say like before? SHBG helps to transfer testosterone through the rest of the body. You can lower the SHBG, you can boost the testosterone in that regard in the body, but not boosting the testosterone in itself, okay? So I've been taking this for the past month or so. I'm gonna be cycling off of that probably within the next couple of weeks or so. You really aren't supposed to be taking this shit for a month. I only really like taking it for a month anyway because it's ashwagandha. I don't like taking ashwagandha consistently throughout, you know, throughout vitamin regimens. I cycle on and off. Has a tendency to kind of make me a little bit mute. That's the best way to kind of say it. It just makes me too like, I don't know, like not zombied, but too nothing phases me too much, if that makes sense. Like I don't necessarily know. It's just weird. I'm too chill, if that makes sense. Too chill to the point where like I won't even smile. It's just so weird. So I try to stay away from it too much, but I do utilize it because it's good cognitive function. What else were we taking? Sea moss. You know, I'm a big fan of sea moss. Sea moss is something that I incorporated every day. I utilize sea moss strictly because I smoke, and also for the vitamin benefits. But the main thing is because I smoke, and because of me smoking, a lot of mucus buildup comes within my lungs. This sea moss is amazing for eradicating that, you know? So I always incorporate that. So far we have the Sigma, we have the Irish sea moss. I was taking that every day, okay? Glutamine, I was taking some glutamine, amino acid for recovery. I more so bought it for that very thing, was recovery. I knew that I was gonna be walking around a lot, and then on top of that too, it's really good for your immune system. When you're around a lot of people, especially at a festival where everybody is out, you know, it's partying, it's hot or whatever, or even if it's nighttime, it's freaking, everybody's around you. You're around a bunch of people, so you're gonna be susceptible to catching things. Getting sick after a festival is pretty much the norm nowadays. Like it's expected that you're gonna get sick. I did not get sick, guys. I did not get sick. Like I said, the only thing that I've been dealing with is a slight cough. And even for me, in my eyes, I was shocked at that because I was still expecting this to get some kind of symptoms. So glutamine worked great in that regard. I have allergies. My allergies are fucking horrible. My allergies are bad. I have to take Zyrtec. Okay, so that's one of those things that I incorporate into my regimen every day. I have to take the Zyrtec because if I don't, my allergies is bad. Fucking I'm over here looking like a fucking water faucet. Just anyway, it's just bad. And on top of that, when I got out there, because it was so low humidity out in Vegas, I'm not used to that type of weather. So my allergies were fucked, guys. By the first day, after the first day, we came back, we slept. I got up at around like, I think we got up at like 3, and I got up, drunk a shake real fast, boom, you know, get my quick protein shake, my greens, mix that up real fast. Nose started just running, dude, and from then on, it did not stop. It didn't stop. I went through so much wipes. I went through so much tissue because my nose was starting to get raw. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. So I had to freaking use the wipes and shit. It was just crazy. Nonetheless, I was taking that every day. I was actually sometimes taking it twice a day just so my nose could freaking be normal. And I was taking my Flonase. So it was just, anyway. Biotin, I do take Biotin. Hair, skin, and nails. In layman's terms, hair, skin, and nails. Gotta be beautiful. I'm gonna stay beautiful. I take it every day. Gotta be beautiful. It's simple ibuprofen. I was pumping that every day. Thank God I brought it. I'm not a big fan of ibuprofen. You know, I don't like the damage that it does to the liver. Little disclaimer as well. If you do utilize ibuprofen, do keep in mind you cannot go above 4,000 milligrams a day. Okay, so please just for the sake of the community. And if these are things that you do not know, this is something that you really do need to be mindful of, especially if you are partaking in drugs. This includes not just, you know, pharmaceutical, but this also includes psychedelic. This also includes all drugs, okay? Know what you're doing, okay? Do some research. There's 2 tools that I recommend everybody should be utilizing, especially in this scene. WebMD, arrowhead.org, okay? WebMD, arrowhead.org. They do you wonders. Nonetheless, I was taking two tablets a day, about 1,000 milligrams of ibuprofen a day. If I was having a little bit more pain, I know my knee started kind of really feeling just not sore. I have a knee injury that came from a while back when I was younger, on some rowdy boy shit. I got mobbed, that leg got messed up. So I never went to the hospital for it. This was years ago, by the way, like a long time ago. I think I was like 19 when it happened. I was on some young boy stuff. Nonetheless, got mobbed, that leg got beat with a bat. It was my left leg. So my knee was bothering me about maybe halfway through the event, and about by day 2.5. So I did bump up the ibuprofen a little bit. I think I was taking up to like 2,000 milligrams a day, so about 2 more tablets. Like I said, don't go above 4,000 milligrams, guys. Anything above 4,000 milligrams of ibuprofen, acetaminophen, or aspirin can cause damage to the liver. It can cause your liver to actually shut down on itself, and you're gonna have to get your stomach pumped. You don't wanna get your stomach pumped. It's fucking a horrible thing. I never had it happen to me, but I just know that it's fucking horrible. Don't do it, guys. Please be smart. Last but not least, this is what I think was the kicker right here. This was the cheat code that kept me alive, boy. This shit right here, electrolytes, okay? Now granted, yes, we always talk about electrolytes, but it's a quality electrolyte supplement, okay? Anything can have electrolytes, but there are certain things that you need. It needs to be a quality amount, and it needs to be a sufficient amount for bioavailability within the body. I was pumping 2 of these a day, okay? Electrolyte, Light Up. It's a pretty good company, pretty good product. I incorporate this into my regimen simply because I always have electrolyte issues in my body. I deal with a lot of cramps. I just deal with a lot of electrolyte deficiency. I know it's more than likely something to do maybe pre-genetic wise. I'm still doing some research into it. Once I get the blood work back on actually knowing what it actually is for why I have such an electrolyte deficiency, I will definitely go into detail about it, and I'll put the whole synopsis on here. You know, I'll document it so people can actually see what's going on. Nonetheless, I was pumping these like crazy. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3 a day. Okay, pretty good product. It was keeping me sustained. As far as the stack, that pretty much is it, I think. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Now, as far as the regimen, guys. Oh shit. Yes, sir. Goddamn. Yeah, we smoking on some fucking, what are we hitting on right now, dude? Smoking on some purple punchsicle. It's an indica. Coming from Blue Lane Labs. Pretty good shit, dude. Pretty good shit. Heavy indica, but not too heavy, you know. As far as the weed, there was one more thing I forgot. Can't forget. Hold on, guys. Fuck, there was one thing I forgot. Last but not least, guys, this was one of the big things I think was really helping me. I incorporated Sammy, this vitamin regimen. This is a new thing that I actually started incorporating. I did some research, you know, looking into some other influencers. One of the ones that I look up to a lot is Nao Nayaga. Okay, he has a lot of concrete information. He's also in the scene himself. He actually went to EDC this year as well. I was hoping I would run into him, but friggin', it was 500K plus, dude. 500K, legitly. And you could feel it. you could feel it. Like, it was a lot of people, especially Saturday night. Saturday was nuts. You're talking about when Cascade was playing, it was literally like Crossroads. In the cross path, in the downtown section of EDC, Saturday night at midnight was wild. Crazy, dude. I don't even understand how our crew stayed together. It was just wow. Nonetheless, dude, I incorporated Sammy because supposedly it can help to combat some of the negative effects of marijuana, more so the laziness factor. It has a lot of the same attributes and operates very similar to how 5-HT operates on serotonin and dopamine overall. So I incorporated that into my vitamin regimen as well. So that's more so a new thing. I can't necessarily give you guys too much of a background of what I feel about it, but I will say this, it's only been a few weeks since I've been incorporating it, and I'll be honest, I haven't been consistent taking that every day on time, because you need to take that on an empty stomach. I've been taking this whole vitamin regimen too, guys, on an empty stomach. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Perfect on an empty stomach. No stomach issues, nothing at all, which is great. Yeah, I can just take this, drop it down the hatch, I'm good to go. Nonetheless, the Sammy, I think it's making a benefit. I'm not too sure. You know, I'm gonna do some more research, really look into it. Maybe it can be a topic that we can actually go into, talking about what Sammy actually is and its effects on the body. If you guys would like that, please drop a comment down below for me. I'd love to be able to go into that for you. Nonetheless, I think it's doing a good thing. So I'm gonna keep it in. I need all the unlaziness that I can get. Sleep, I was trying to make sure I got at the very least 6 hours a day. I was roughing around 7, 8, sometimes 9 or 10 if we stayed in a little bit later. We did eat throughout the day before we would go to the event. I did eat 3 times at the event. They had pretty good food. Shout out to the bulgogi steak fries. Those things are fire. Pretty fucking expensive, but pretty fire. So rule number 1, vitamins. Okay. Make sure you have a good vitamin regimen. You should be fine and good to go. Keep your protein amount at a decent amount, okay? Granted, yes, I did lose some weight. I lost about maybe 5 pounds. Roughly, more so water weight, and that more so just came from walking around. It was to be expected. I did walk around a lot. I also did shuffle. I do shuffle, so that's also something to be mindful of as well. I did burn a decent amount of calories. Because of the fact that you're burning a lot of calories, you need to also be mindful that you're making sure that you're eating, okay? Please eat, guys. Yeah, I went to Vegas to go enjoy EDC, but at the same time too, enjoy good food, man. Good food. We ate good out there. We ate really good. That was one of the things that really helped too. When you eat, bro. You gotta eat. I pounded food out there. Got a chance to eat some real good Korean food and all. Korean barbecue, all you can eat. Fucking delicious, man. Delicious with the homies. Good. A couple shots of soju too with it. You know, I ate it right. I love soju, love sake. The last day that we was there at the Airbnb, I actually cooked for everyone. That was pretty cool as well. I made steak frites. So that's steak and fries. I actually took some prime ribeyes, boneless, reverse seared them in the oven, blasted them on the grill. Came out pretty well. Came out super delicious, super delicious. I took the fries, they were actually duck fat frites. So in actuality, whole meal I made steak duck fat frites. Very delicious. Took the fries, I actually fried them in duck fat. Savory, very delicious. A little bit of furikake on top. Perfect meal for leaving Vegas. Nonetheless, guys, yeah, like I said, eat, guys. Fucking eat. It's one of the big things that's gonna help sustain you as a bodybuilder, and you're gonna be partying in the scene. Look at that chicken, dude. You see that shit, bro? Look at that color. Look at that detail. It's fucking delicious. Chicken thighs, boneless, air fryer. Quick 25 grams. I'm not supposed to be eating this, guys. This is my meal prep for for like the next 2 days. I'm over here eating in the gym. The big reason why I didn't want to do the mini cut after a while too was because I felt like I was making so much progress, and then I thought about it, I was like, fuck dude, I'm gonna lose weight out there anyway. You know, I'm gonna be walking around. So I might as well just stick on the bulk. I was just kind of self-conscious, and that's another thing too that I really feel people need to go into, body dysmorphia. Fucking, it's a real thing, you know? It's a real thing that people deal with. Nothing wrong with it, but you do gotta recognize it for what it is. Like, bro, I'm casually walking around right now, naturally at 220. I casually walk around at 230 now, you know? So, I'm nowhere near a small. I ain't no small guy. You know what I mean? I'm only 5'9", 5'10" on a good stretch. So, bro, when I cut that down, and then if you think about it, once I cut that down, I jump on stage. What is that? I'm gonna be around either 207 to 215 if I'm thinking about hitting the classic. You know what I mean? So I really don't got no business really losing too much weight, even if I'm gonna be partying. If you really think about it, if I'm trying to really put on some serious size, okay? And the goal is 250. That's why I said I gotta continue on this bulk. I need to put on this size. I need to be taken serious when I jump on stage. Straight up, I need to be taken serious. You're not gonna be taken serious if you come on stage and you small. I'm sorry about it, okay? So that's part of the reason why I had this regimen so on point when I went out there. Nothing changes, even if I'm partying, period. Nothing changes in the grind. You stay consistent. I should have hit Dragon's Lair when I was out there, but we didn't have time. And I completely forgot, being oblivious to the fact of trying to prep for everything else, that, oh shit, Dragon's Lair is out there. I should have freaking caught some footage when I was out there, but it's all right. Nonetheless, we're gonna go back. We already got a trip planned to head back out there. I got the content for you guys. Don't you worry. We're gonna be hitting Dragon's Lair pretty soon, so drop some comments below if you're ready to check that shit out. It's gonna be fucking dope as fuck. We're gonna bring the homies with us as well, maybe. So we're just gonna see how it is. Nonetheless, we survived 3 days, bro. We survived 3 days. You know, we've seen some killer sets. Killer sets. I loved Cascade. Cascade fucking killed it this year. Of all DJs that really shocked me, Marshmello threw the fuck down, boy. Marshmello and Sudden Death sets, they killed it. John Summit surprise set was bullshit. I'm sorry, it was straight bullshit, but that's neither here nor there. Alice in Wonderland, shout out to her. That was a very fucking beautiful set. Girl's 9 months pregnant, jumped on stage. Fucking beautiful to see, dude. So beautiful to see. Definitely come prepared, you know. You don't need to suffice to losing your gains for the sake of partying and the sake of hanging out. Nothing changes. You just stay consistent, you know. Stay consistent. That's the thing. That's the message that I leave with you guys. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. Please leave any comments down below for some of the things I talked about, some of these other things you want to kind of dive into. You know, we're going to be starting back up the Sports Bible series again pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And for all things fitness, bodybuilding wise, and overall, just being a better person. This is Zinni here, coming from Holy Kinetics. Let me put the Rave Dad glasses back on. This is Zinni here, coming from Holy Kinetics. Peace.